back to the channel. I'm Drew, and today, oh goodness, what are we doing today? Well, we would have been riding, but a little technical difficulty yesterday. So I was riding, did a good 10-mile loop or so, and right when I was coming back, I felt a lot of friction in my front wheel, and bang! My front quick release snapped in half. Okay, let me drop the acorn. So this ripped apart like that. I don't know how. I think I over tightened this. And the sad thing is that this is a really nice Shimano one I had bought to replace my old front quick release because it likes to move around in the dropouts under braking and port compression. So I have to order a new one, but I mean, it's better than what it could have been. I could have been flying down a trail and it could have snapped, and I could have, I don't know, gone over the bars, smashed my face in some dirt and rocks, but it was right here, right by my house, so I guess it was probably the better solution of anything. But so, with a little help from my friend who recommended that I do a video on what and how to not destroy your bike, which should be a pretty easy one. So let's get started. So the first thing, or one of the most important things that you should do to make sure that you don't die or destroy your bike, is to make sure that your axles are properly tightened down and not over or under tightened. For quick releases, if you have for quick releases, you should be able to should tighten it down, and then you should push it down, and it should leave a imprint on your hand, not too tight that you're like gorillaing it on, so it won't end up like this one did, but not loose that it goes and explodes off of the or out of the dropouts like mine did. For through axles, just torque it down to the right amount, and for quick release through axles, I assume it's the same thing for a quick release. Now, if you were to break one, a quick release is a good quick release is about $15 to $20, and a good through axle, I'm pretty sure, is from like $20 to $50. So don't break them. Try not to break them, and tighten them down to the proper tightness so you don't die or damage your bike. So the next thing that you should check so you don't destroy your bike or yourself is your chain. Make sure that it's not stretched out, and you should replace your chain, depending on how much you use it, anywhere from every 6 months to a year. I think my routine's about every 6 months. And you want to check your links to see if they have any sort of damage. This chain did, and as you can see, it ripped itself apart, which caused something else, which I'll show you in a moment. But they have special chain checkers, but if you do it about every 6 months to a year, you're probably going to be fine. And even if you ride your chain with some with excess wear, it's going to break down your drivetrain, wear it out a lot quicker, and drivetrain components tend to be one of the more expensive things on your bike to do. The thing that you're going to want to make sure that is adjusted correctly is your derailleur. This, along with the chain, was involved in a shifting accident yesterday. Along with me on the ride, my brother's chain derailleur got yanked into the spokes of his wheel because it wasn't properly adjusted, and the limit screws weren't adjusted correctly. Partially my fault, but partially his fault because there was a plastic bag that got stuck in it a few moments earlier. But just make sure that your derailleur is adjusted correctly, and at least the limit screws. Your shifting probably won't do this, but if your limit screws aren't adjusted properly and you shift into the big gear, it could go over and get pulled in and end up mangled like that. And you don't want to be stride pedaling it all the way home like my brother ended up doing. Now if you're on the trail and the chain's probably fine and not totally destroyed, you could probably turn to single speed, but I didn't have a chain tool yesterday, so he just has stride it home. But yeah, make sure your derailleurs are properly adjusted. So the next one, so you don't destroy your bike or yourself, is properly torquing down bolts. One of the more common things that you would torque down is your stem or your brake levers, your bars. Normally they have a Newton meter measurement or marking on it. This one doesn't. This came stock on my bike, hence why it's no longer on the bike. It's long, but if you invest what, $20, $25. I bought this torque wrench at Harbor Freight for like 25 bucks, and at first I didn't believe in it, hence why I went like a year without one, but it has saved my bolts quite a bit, especially since I've been working with a bit more expensive parts. But you set it for the right Newton meter marking, and you spin it and lock it in, and then you just go and you wait for a little clink. Here, let's see here. Set this on a really loose Newton meter marking. Let's see if it'll click. Nope, still can't get it. But it'll make like a little tink noise, and the head will move sideways. But yeah, it saves your parts. It's worth investing in, and it'll keep your parts safe and keep you from having to buy expensive parts again because you stripped them out or crushed your carbon bars. And then one of the last things that you're going to want to check is and change out every so often is your brake or shifter cable. This is a older shifter cable, and as you can see, it's not taken care of and the end got frayed. But as you use it, it's going to dig into its housing and not become as effective as a new shift cable and housing. So it's worth probably, I don't know, every year to every 6 months to going to your local bike shop or ordering housing and shifter cables or brake cables and do it yourself. It's not that difficult unless you have internal routing cables, but yeah, it'll save your shifting. And I haven't had a shifter or brake cable snap, but I assume that is possible. And also they get sticky-ish if you don't lubricate them, so yeah, place your shift cables. And of course there's some other things that I haven't been able to cover in this video, but thank you for watching. I make new YouTube videos every weekend, and by you guys subscribing and liking the videos, I know what you guys like and what you dislike, and we're almost at 150 subscribers. I want to try to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year so I can hopefully get monetized, but not like that's going to happen. But just probably going to ride hopefully next time on the video. But I finally finished my bike. As soon as I get a new quick release, this bike will be pretty much done. Still waiting on a front chainring, but what can you do? You can't really do anything about it. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for messing around with bikes with me, and I'll see you next time.